Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Let's get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, child. Let's go. Open up with Mel and Kiki continuing their conversation. Mel asks Kiki, was that her in the photo? Kiki says now that she has lawyers, she can't talk about it. And she says that all the time. So I believe her in that part. But Kiki said she's not worried about it. She said that she will be vindicated, and the people who talked about her, they're going to have to bow down and apologize. Now, if she feels that strongly about it, and she feels like, you know, it was a mistaken identity situation or whatever it was, she feels very confident in that is not her. She'll be vindicated. And y'all, I guess we just going to have to leave it at that and see what happens. So Mel talks about her and Tisha. Kiki and Tisha have horrible communication skills, right? Tisha holds on to things. Kiki is trying to get over one thing she's holding on to. And when they cross that bridge, Tisha like brings it back. Like they need to probably go to therapy or something. They need a third party that's not privy to any of their mess. Because they are cousins and they need to work that out. So then we get to Tisha and Marsha. He in there working on Neverland. I just can't help but think about what Tisha posted. Like, she's talking about money. Marcel has said that Tisha spends a lot of money before, but he talks about how he spent money to get his car wrapped. He doesn't care what she does with her allowance, but you want him to treat you like you live in a fairy tale. Okay, Tisha. Child, when Tisha asked Marsha about the furniture budget, and he said, can't we just rent to own? Like at Rent-A-Center? Marsha doesn't care what she does with the money, right? He says she can burn it. But you can't even come and talk to your husband about finances, and he's saying you have $5,000 allowance. You better be saving that, right? Or buying little things here and there. But you want him to spoil you. Okay, Tisha. P.S. Marsha didn't stay on that court situation long at all. Did y'all peep that? He got a brain freeze and got right off of it. Okay. So Marsha has made Tisha feel real bad, and Tisha is apologizing, and she doesn't know why. And she says she did all of that because she wanted to ask for something personal. She wants an SUV. He said that's all you had to do was ask. But Tisha, I feel like you're going to have to wait till these court cases are over. Just wait a little bit. So Stormy has met Tiffany at the place where she's going to have her baby reveal. She's going to help her do that. And they're going to have like breakfast for the occasion. I love breakfast for dinner. I think nothing is better than that. I'm 100% on Stormy's side when it comes to Marsha. Like, he makes you feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, he does feel like he knows everything. And he is a very uninformed person. And he has no self-awareness. But I am shocked, just like Stormy, that Tiffany is inviting Kiki. When they did the playback of all the problems that Kiki and Tiffany was having, like, why would you invite her? And then for her to say, you don't think she'll take anything off the tables. Why invite her if you feel like she's going to take something? See, Tiffany does a setup situation. She'll get this girl cornered somewhere, and Kiki will go off on her. She done already said when you drop this baby, it's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Kiki's going to go. I don't know. We'll see. But I hate that Tiffany did that, because that's real messy to me. Tiffany should try to be Kiki's friend, right? I think that would be very inauthentic for this show, because we already know there's a lot of stress there. So that would really throw me off, because you sit here and talk about this girl stealing from the baby shower. You feel a certain. Now it's clear that Tiffany may be going through some postpartum, although she is aware of how busy and how much time and energy it takes to be a new mother. She's a little older, you know, and it's stuff that the baby needs. So Big Lou has to go to work, right? You can't get mad at the man for making a living and providing for his family. It's definitely postpartum. But I do feel like Stormy is a great person for her to talk to, since Stormy has the youngest child on the show. And like she told her, it's okay not to be okay. And she was very calm with her, you know, and Tiffany seemed to receive it. She just probably needed someone to talk to. But Tiffany wanted this baby. So I'm not saying she can jump out of this, but know that you wanted this baby. And the man got to work, girl. So the Fletchers are going out with the Scots. This is the craziest combination I've ever seen before. But child, the Fletchers have an ulterior motive. They are mad because they were not invited to the expo, and they are here to get answers. And Nell just got right to it. You didn't think about inviting us to the expo? I can't wait to see how they finish this. When they get to the conversation of why the Fletchers weren't invited to the expo, for Marsha to say he didn't know what they have done. Marsha, do you know we watched this show? We've seen you and Chris Fletcher have conversations about the comeback group, about properties, about you building properties for him. You do know that we've seen. And then to say that he thought Nell was just Fletcher's pretty wife. Just, not that she's not beautiful, but just downgrading her. And then to say he didn't know that she had a daycare, and Chris said, yes, you did, and gave the name of it. The reason Marsha didn't know is because it's not important to him, because what women do is not important to him, i.e. Letitia. And then for Tisha to sit there and try to form words and make them come out to make sense and say that the reason that they didn't invite the Fletchers is because they were no longer friends, basically with Mel, and it would just be odd. Tisha holds on to stuff. Chris and Nell has not done anything to Tisha and Marsha, right? Nothing. There's no reason. They're on the show together. Why wouldn't you invite them? I don't like her. And then for Marcel to sit there and try to deflect on, when Nell said, I heard you didn't pay people. He was like, no, we didn't pay people. We didn't charge people to speak. Why would you charge me to speak at your expo? That is crazy. And then for him to say something about people selling t-shirts, he's talking about Mel. Like, Mel is not in court other than custody, and that's over. Right? And Black sells t-shirts. And to downgrade her and minimize her to t-shirts is so disrespectful. Marsha. And why would Tisha go to infidelity? Is she investigating the Africa situation? Are you coming up with something? Because why would you bring that up out of that situation? Marcel talking about people selling t-shirts. And then Nell is like, knowing Mel is her friend and she does way more than that, then you go to infidelity? It's something wrong with y'all. So they have made it to the venue. Tiffany is there first. Nothing is prepared. There's been rain, and they had to be strategic how they got the items into the building. The balloons aren't up, the food is not out, and the tables aren't up. So Tiffany has put her gloves on. Stormy has come in, and they're working. Kimmy has come in. She looks beautiful. Mel has come in. She looks great. And child, the expo is on the docket. And they are finding out that some people paid. Some people didn't pay. Mel is finding out that Stormy had got into it with Marsha. And it's the craziest thing. So Nell sits down with Mel and tells her that she and the Scots and Chris had gone out together, right? And basically the reason she wasn't invited to the expo is because of Nell's relationship with Mel. Tisha, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You a grown woman. You telling me you can't be friends with somebody because they're friends with someone else? You want to be Mel friends so bad. And as Nell sits here and spills his tea to Mel, 100% Mel is correct. They didn't put the Fletchers out of black when they came to patronize their club. They didn't do that. And for you to talk down on what Mel is doing, and like Mel said, y'all got a $5 million lawsuit for fraud. And she has put checks in your pocket because she had a vision. She did that for you, Marsha and Tisha. And it is pathetic that all he does is talk down on women when he is clearly a size 32C himself. I cannot with Marsha. Y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. It's going to be good next week. I'll see y'all then. Bye.